Hi Junior Rangers, this is Kristen here from the Oceano Dunes District, which is part of the California State Park system. And today I am in the great outdoors and I want to know, do you guys want to join me on an adventure in the outdoors? Awesome! Well, let's head on out and see what we can find in the great outdoors today. But before we head further into the outdoors, I have to cover some safety basics. Would you guys like to cover these with me? Wonderful. Our first safety basic is, if you see a bear, I need you to yell out, "Bear!" My second safety basic is, don't get scared if you see a bear, because chances are he just might be a stuffed bear. And our third safety basic is to have lots of fun here in the great outdoors. Are you guys ready to continue on in our adventure? Awesome! Junior Rangers, it is a wonderful day to be outside in the great outdoors. This is where our adventure takes us, Junior Rangers. Right along the Oceano Lagoon. We can see some ducks in the distance. It's just a wonderful day to be outside. And as we were taking a look at our view, I did hear someone say they saw a bear. Oh no, I don't see any bears in front of me. Look behind me, you say? Oh yeah, that is a bear. But let's not get scared, because remember, he could just be a stuffed bear. I did bring us a set of binoculars. Let me grab them really quick. We'll get a closer look of this bear. Okay, we've got our binoculars here. I'm gonna get a closer look here. All right. Oh yeah, that's a bear, but good news, it's a stuffed bear. We don't have to worry. And it looks like he left us some things. Looks like he's brought with a box that has a skull, maybe some scat. I think our bear here wants us to learn about black bears in California. What do you think, Junior Rangers? Should we take a short learning break from our adventure outdoors and learn about California black bears? I think so too. Let's get started on our California black bear learning adventure. But before we dive into the information, let's think about what kind of bears we might already know. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to think about what bears you know. Did you think of black bears, grizzly bears, koala bears, polar bears, or maybe you even thought of a panda bear? Bears do live here in California, but only one type of bear lives here, and that is a black bear. You might be thinking, do grizzly bears live in California? Well, that's partially true. Grizzly bears did live here, but only up until the 1920s when they were hunted to extinction. Even though grizzly bears do not live in California anymore, they still live in other areas, including Alaska, Wyoming, Montana, Washington State, and parts of Canada. However, how can you tell the difference between a grizzly bear and a black bear? There are two characteristics that can help us tell these bears apart. Grizzly bears have a shoulder hump, while black bears do not. Also, their ears are different. Grizzly bears have short, round ears, while black bears have tall, round ears. What do you say, Junior Ranger? Should we play a game to see if you can spot the type of bear? Wonderful! As the picture of the bear appears, I would like for you to guess if the bear is a grizzly or black bear. What do you say? Are you guys ready to play our game? How many did you get right? Just a few moments ago, we went on an adventure into the outdoors and we came across a bear who left us a box of items. What do you guys think? Should we go through and see what we can find here in this box? I think we should too. The first item we have here is a black bear skull. Now, this is a replica and made from plastic, but we can still learn from it. And we're going to look at the top part of the skull here, which is the sagittal crest. And this allows us to determine how strong the bear's jaw muscles are. The bigger the sagittal crest, the stronger the jaw muscles. Now,
Black bears have a pretty decent sized sagittal crest, meaning they have pretty strong jaw muscles. Now you may also notice some teeth here. Bears have 4 canines, which are these 4 teeth right here, and these teeth help them catch prey. Now you might notice the teeth here in the front. There's 12 of these. These are called the incisors, and they help them to graze plants and grass. They kind of act like lawnmowers. Now if we open up the mouth here, we can see some molars, and molars are used to kind of grind down any nuts that the bear has eaten. With all of these teeth, what exactly does a bear eat? Well, a bear is an omnivore, meaning it can eat plants and meat. So that means a bear could eat fish, it could eat maybe some nuts, some berries. He might even have an occasional picnic left behind by humans. Now, if this bear eats a lot, he might have to go out in the woods and leave behind some scat. Now, don't worry, this isn't real scat, it's fake. But if you see this in nature and you come across it, it's probably not going to have a smell, because based off of their diet, bear scat does not stink. The last thing left in our box are bear tracks. Now this track here is the front track of a black bear. Now here is the back track of a juvenile bear. And I have some sand here, and I'm going to place this track in the sand to give you an idea of what a track might look like out in nature. And if you can see, we've got our track. That was so great to go through this box with you. I know I learned a lot about black bears. Now, one last thing we'd like to cover here on our black bear learning adventure is, how do black bears behave outdoors? I like to call it bear-havior.
Bears are great tree climbers, have an amazing sense of smell and hearing. They are great sleepers, and certain months of the year, depending on where they live, they may hibernate in a bear den during cold winter months.
Bears are quite famous here at California state parks. Our mascot is a grizzly bear. Also, our junior ranger mascot is a grizzly bear. But you may also know another famous bear who's associated with fire safety. Smokey Bear? Well, it's time for famous bears in history.
The story of Smokey Bear begins at the Captain Mountains located in New Mexico. In 1950, there was a wildfire that spread throughout these mountains. As fire crews put out the fire, they had heard of a lone bear cub looking for safety during the fire. Fire crews eventually spotted the lone bear up in a tree. One of the firefighters, who was a local rancher, took the bear home for safety. Then, a New Mexico Fish and Game ranger heard about this cub and met with the rancher. The ranger then took the bear to get his burns and wounds treated and bandaged. News spread very quickly about this rescued cub, and the National Forest Service was offered to take care of the bear and to be used as a mascot for dedicated programs about conservation and wildfires. It is then this lone cub made his way to the National Zoo located in Washington, D.C., where he became a living symbol for fire safety and received the name Smokey Bear. Today, Smokey Bear continues to be a friendly reminder of sharing his message of being safe around fire.
Well, Junior Rangers, this concludes our adventure into the great outdoors. It sure has been fun learning about California black bears. And this is Kristen, and I'll see you next time.
Hi, it's Interpreter Michelle here at Oceano Dunes District. If you're watching this, it means you've completed a virtual Junior Ranger program, and it's time for the next step, saying the Junior Ranger Pledge and being sworn in as an official Junior Ranger. So, if you're ready, stand up, raise your right hand, and repeat this pledge after me. As a Junior Ranger, I promise to explore our parks and pick up litter, to protect every plant and every critter, to learn important stories of our past so that these treasured places last. I will keep our parks out of danger because I am a Junior Ranger. Wow, congratulations! Welcome to the team, Junior Rangers. We're glad to have you.